gentlemen, the John Wayne Theater proudly presents John Wayne, a rough-hewn, two-fisted personification of America itself. Physically, he was a big man, and throughout his career as an actor, he loomed larger than life across the real American stage. A good-natured and gentle family man, he spoke his mind on issues the way he saw them. As a lifelong conservative, he bucked the growing liberal tide of his time. But he flew its flag for its flag's own glory, rather than wrap himself in it for his. Regardless of our politics, we had to respect the man with the guts to stand up for what he believed was right. John Wayne was a living, persisting monument to courage. His clear perception of right and wrong, and his determination to defend the right against the wrong still holds just as much for us in today's much troubled world as it did in his.
Most of you feel the same way as I do about our great country. And sometimes we gripe about our imperfection, and that's good, especially if it gets us working together to make things better. I feel we often take too much for granted, forget the good things about America. My hope and prayer is that everyone will know and love our country for what she really is and what she stands for. May we nurture her strength, strengthen her weaknesses, so that she will always be the land of the free and the home of the brave. All I knew is that mysteriously I belong. I belong to something far too profound for my young mind to comprehend, but I belong. As I grew older, that mystery began to unfold. Oh, I wasn't just talking about some nebulous place a long way off. I was talking about the ground I was standing on, the ground that stretched from California to my Iowa homeland and beyond. I pledge allegiance to the flag. What do these words mean to you? To me, they say thank you, America, for your strength, your courage, and for our freedoms, which has been a beacon to the world for 200 years. Of the United States of America, whose bright stars are 50 states, each bearing its own stamp of individuality. People 200 million strong, people who have come to her from all corners of the earth. To the republic for which it stands, a land of laws with an ingenious system of checks and balances that allows no man to become a tyrant. Lets no group prevail if their power is not tempered with the real concern for the governed. Where the right of dissent and of free speech is jealously guarded. The ballot box her sword and the people its wielders. One nation under God. A land where freedom of worship is the cornerstone of her being. A land graced with temples, churches, synagogues, and altars that rise in profusion to embrace our one and only Savior. I feel kind of lucky to be here tonight, especially for a boy whose real name is Marion. That's right, I was born Marion Michael Morrison, May 26, 1907. I guess they meant well in naming me Marion, but boy, it sure as heck kept me in fights in my growing-up years. Made me strong, I reckon, kind of like a boy named Sue. In my early years, Dad taught me 3 important rules I've always stuck by. One is if you give your word, always keep it. 2, don't insult anybody intentionally. And 3, don't go looking for fights. But if you get into one, you'll be sure in heck you win. You know, they tried casting me as a leading man in several early movies. You never see cowboys like Tom Mix ever kissing a girl. Might have kissed a horse, but never the girl. And I just couldn't see myself in them lovey-dovey scenes anyway. I was always afraid of squashing a girl's nose, or the mic overhead, picking up the sound of the kiss. Kind of sounds like a cow pulling her foot out of the mud. And that hot, stale raspberry lipstick they wear. I believe, fellas, if cosmetics could come up with something that would taste like a rare steak, I might have made more of those movies. Stryker walks by the tent and he overhears Conway talking to his fellow Marines. Where's the sergeant? He's here. Hello, Thomas. Have a seat anywhere. My name is Stryker, Sergeant John M. Stryker. You're gonna be my squad, a rifle squad. Corporal Dunn, Bass, and myself have seen action. You're going to learn from us. In boot camp, you learn from the book. Out here, you remember the book and 1,000 other things that have never been printed. You're going to learn the right way, and you're going to learn fast. Any man that doesn't cooperate, I'll make him wish the heck he hasn't been born. You're going to learn to move like one man, think like one man. If you don't, you'll be dead. Now, you guys have had a pretty easy day. I hope you've enjoyed it because it's the last one you're going to have for a long time. You joined the Marines because you wanted to fight. Well, you're going to get your chance, and I'm here to see that you know how. If I can't get the job done one way, I'll get it done another, but I'll get it done. The skipper of this outfit is Captain Baker. Your platoon leader is Lieutenant Crow. Your platoon sergeant is Sergeant Rice. Are there any questions? That'll be all. Well, howdy, folks. My name is McCoy. Nice to see you all. Nice to be here. You know, I moved to this town 3 years ago. And I want to tell you something. This is the finest town in the country. You just can't get any better. The people here are wonderful. Everybody talks to you. And I want to tell you something. I moved here because of its Christianity. And I want to tell you something. You're the closest thing to heaven. Right now, as you're sitting in these seats, you're the closest thing to heaven. Right here in Branson. You know, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, it's got a hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. It got powder burns the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it, writing, "Oh, say, can you see?" She got a bad rip in New Orleans, while Pakenham and Jackson was a-tugging at its seams. Now it almost fell at the Alamo, beside the Texas flag, but she waved on, though. Then she got cut up with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. Then there was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag.
This is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite and Nelson Benton in Tuskegee, Alabama, Dan Rather in Plaquemine, Louisiana, Bernard Kalb in Saigon, Peter Kalischer in Tokyo, and Eric Severide in Washington.
Good evening from our CBS newsroom in New York on this, the first broadcast of network television's first daily half-hour news program. In Alabama today, Governor Wallace ringed a public school with state troops to delay integration ordered by a federal court. And in turn, the local Alabama school board threatened defiance of the governor. At his summer White House in Hyannisport on Massachusetts Cape Cod, President Kennedy today talked with this reporter of many things, including the political repercussions of the integration battle.
When we all tear down the walls of bigotry and prejudices and live in real harmony with ourselves and others, then we can truly say we are Americans. The hyphens Webster's dictionary defines as a symbol used to divide a compound word or a single word. So it seems to me when a man calls himself an Afro-American, a Mexican-American, an Italian-American, an Irish-American, or a Jewish-American, what he's actually saying is, I'm a divided American. We all came from different places, different creeds and different races, to form a nation and become as one. And yet, look at the harm a line has done. A single little line and yet as divisive as a line can get. The crooked cross the Nazis flew, the Russian hammer and sickle too, time bombs in the lives of man. But none of these could ever fan the flames of hatred faster than the hyphen. The Russian hammer built a wall that locks men's hearts from freedom's call. A crooked cross flew overhead, above 20 million tragic deaths. Among them men from this great nation who died for freedom's preservation. Folks, someday you'll know what this moment means. As your son shakes your hand and he turns and walks away, the day he becomes a man. God bless you. And God bless America. Thank you so much. Thank you, folks. I hope that you'll tell your friends. And please come back and see us. Thank you.